guys, PBnFun here. PBnFun with Benjamin and Patrick. They're normally here. They're kind of out right now. They're sick. Benjamin has strep and Patrick is sick as well. You might hear them in the background playing. Maybe I can get them to come over and be on the screen. But of course I'm going to do another DIY because we're getting a lot of feedback and email asking for more DIY. And I was going to do this anyways because I like to do them. So what I'm going to make today is a DIY Cuphead board game. I kind of got it started. I just took one of those games that you get. I got this at the thrift store for 50 cents. See, 50 cents. And I popped the board game off of there. So it's all clear for me to do whatever I want. And I kept 3 of the game pieces, which I then, if you look here, I took the game piece, which is right here, painted it red, painted this black, and here's his arms. He's kind of bending his arms at his hips, his nose, eyes, and mouth. And of course right there, I glued this little mug on it, the top of the game piece, and I colored it in. And of course, who would Cuphead be without Mugman? I did the same thing here. I took the game piece, I colored it blue, made his arms, little white arms, painted that black, his eyes, nose, and mouth, and of course his handle on the back. So we have Cuphead and Mugman right here. Woo! So here we have Cuphead and Mugman. I'm also going to do Dice Man. So of course all we need is a single die. And we're going to glue it to the purple game piece with the number 1 forward and the 6 on the back end. I kind of have a Dice Man Funko Pop to kind of use as reference. I'm going to paint on his eyes, his eyebrows, his mouth. And then the last piece, I was debating if I was going to do the flower, but I think I'm going to go with the devil, because you can't have Cuphead and Mugman without the devil. So I found this. It looks kind of scary, doesn't he? Found him at the thrift store. I'm going to paint him all black. I'm going to paint this black, and I'm going to put him on. I'm going to super glue him right on top, and that'll be the devil. So let's get started on this, and then we're going to work on the board game. When we finish Cuphead and Mugman, we're going to put them to the side to relax. Mr. Die. I don't know his name. So now we're going to make our other game piece. So we know the back of his head is the 6, and it kind of goes actually up and down like this. So that's what we have to do. And here's our purple piece. So first we're going to glue the head to the purple piece. Just get a little super glue, apply it. Get your die. Make sure the 6 is up and down and just stick it on there. Try not to glue yourself to the... Try not to glue your fingers to the game piece. That's not fun. There you go. So we're going to let that dry for a second. And we're going to now glue this one to the yellow base. And we're going to paint this all black. So let's first glue them on there. Take our super glue, paint a little on there. I like the brush over the other dispensing methods because it's easy to brush on. And you're just going to hold it there for a second. There you go. Now let's let that dry. So with this, you can do a lot of things to the base. You can use a dry erase marker and decide how you want it laid out so you can draw. The reason why I use a dry erase marker is that if I don't like the design, I just come back and I wipe it off. And then once you're happy with the design, you can use permanent marker or paints. But I'm going to go a little bit easier because I really don't have the time or want to paint this whole thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out these little images of the game that I printed out, and I'm going to glue them on to the board. So let's get started on that. You could paint the whole background. You could paint this all black or green or purple, but I'm going to leave it white, and I'm going to just kind of put this on here. So we are now going to need glue. Here we have the board game, and all I did was simply cut out images from the game that I found online. Thank you. And I glued it onto the board. You can do this yourself. You can paint different colors. You can add more colors. You can paint all the scenery yourself with paints, but I thought this was a lot simpler and quicker to do. Something that my kids can help me do when they're not sick. Here again is Mugman, and here's Cuphead ready to play. But it can't be complete because we still need King
Dice.
King Dice. No, is it King Dice?
Yeah.
But he's only one. Okay, King Dice and the Devil. Patrick, you're shaking my camera. So let's first start on the Devil. Is that Sammy? Hold on. Okay, Sammy. Bye-bye, Sammy. Bye. So once again, we went ahead and glued all the images onto our board game. As you can see, I painted some of these red. And the red images are going to be boss battles, because in the game of Cuphead and Mugman, boss battles are really important. And when you do a boss battle, we're kind of laying out the ground rules. It's going to help you win a soul contract, because you have to win these soul contracts, right?
Yeah.
And then those soul contracts will kind of lay the groundwork of how you're going to win the game. So we're still kind of coming up with the rules. Who's decided to join me? We have B and we have P. It's for PBnFun. Patrick is sick with a cold. He doesn't look green. We dyed his hair blue for Down syndrome awareness, and it's just been faded into a green. Benjamin as well, but he's sick too. We are back now. We're working on the soul contracts. We're making mini soul contracts for the game. In a part of our Cuphead and Mugman board game. The soul contracts, we gather them up in the cup. They're going to go part of the gameplay. So let me show you how to make one. I just cut off a long strip piece of paper about, let's say, 1 inch long. I'm just going to take my red marker and draw a line from one side all the way to the other. It's that simple. Once you do that, you're going to get your scissors and you're going to cut little pieces of paper.
Can I borrow that?
Sure. I'll get the other
Wait,
paper.
hold on. I can just use these.
Okay. So we're going to cut these little sheets. Once you cut the sheets, I got a little pile here that Benjamin's working on. You take it and you roll it up. Like this.
Here's my first soul contract that I made.
Ooh.
Here it is.
Once you roll up your piece of paper, you get a small piece of tape.
No, Mommy. Like, if you... How
Let
about
me get this- let me
how
show
about
you
you
what I
gave me the paper and I roll it and do
Yeah,
the
I'm just
tape.
showing them real quick.
Like you're the delivery girl.
Yeah, and you wrap it around.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Hi everybody, we are back here at PBnFun. I now have a new headset and a little microphone, so hopefully I'll come in a little bit more louder and clearer. We're now on day 2 of making our Cuphead board game. So now we're going to go over putting our game together that we've designed ourselves and going over the rules. Here are our game pieces once again. Mr. Cuphead. He goes on the red peg. Mugman will go on the blue peg. The Devil will go on the black peg here. And then Mr. King Dice will go on the purple peg. You can pick and choose, but what we have done, I'll bring the rules over so you can see. You're going to need a couple brown pegs, which are safe spots. Orange pegs are what are boss battles. Boss battles are very huge and crucial in the game of Cuphead and Mugman, so we had to include it in the board game. So here is an orange peg, and I notice you can pick wherever you want to put your orange pegs. You just want them randomly placed throughout the board. See, here's a brown peg, orange peg. So if you land on an orange peg, that is a boss battle, and we'll go over how that works. There are also gray pegs, and those are super high stakes boss battles, and we'll go over those as well. And of course the home stretch, which goes right here. Each character has a home stretch. In addition to our character pieces, we're going to need our bucket of soul contracts. I've made quite a bit, and we'll know as we play the game, we're going to test play it, if we need more soul contracts. And then you'll need one extra die, which is for boss battles, because boss battles are very key. So now we're going to start our 2-player game, with one person being Cuphead and the other person being the devil. The person being Cuphead will come, push on this, and it says they have 2. They will then follow the arrows, 1, 2, and they're safe. They are on a brown peg. As we can look, brown peg is a safe spot, so he stays there. So player 2 will then also be playing the devil, push on the dice dome. They got a 2 as well, and they will move 1, 2. Now it's Cuphead's turn, pushing on the dice dome. They got a 4. Following the arrows, Cuphead now moves 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is an orange peg, which means boss battle. So here is how a boss battle works in a 2-player game. The person playing Cuphead has to push down the dice dome. The other person is the devil, and they're playing against Cuphead. So player 1 pushes on the dice dome, gets a 1. Player 2 rolls the dice, gets a 6. Player 2, who is the devil's won, and so, per the instructions, you only get a soul contract if you win. So Cuphead did not get a soul gray peg. It's a super high stakes boss battle. If Cuphead wins, he gets 1 soul contract. If the devil, or whoever's playing the boss, wins, the boss gets 1 soul contract, which he can get from the soul contract bucket, or he can take it from any player in the game, which would be Cuphead. So this is how you can start moving soul contracts around. So we've covered how to make your own DIY Cuphead board game, how to draw it or print it out, paint it, and how the game pieces work, the soul contracts, the dice, and how to win them, and how each peg color changes and determines what happens that round. So why don't we start playing it? But I have no one to play with. Let's see. Please, I need some players. Here we go. Ah, it worked. I have 2 players. Hi, PBnFun, Benjamin and Patrick. Say hi.
Hi, everyone. What's John doing here?
John's here to watch us play.
Be Mugman, Benjamin will be Cuphead, and I'll be the devil. So let's get started. Patrick, you get to go first since you are the youngest. Put you in the start position. Push down. You got a 1, so you go right here. Already a boss battle. Ah! So Patrick, you need to push down on there, and I am the devil, so you're playing against me. What'd you get? A 6. Let's see what I get. Try not to shake the table. Here we go. I got a 5. Do you know what that means? You won.
You get a soul contract.
Here you go. Your first soul contract there. That's yours.
My turn.
Now it's Benjamin's turn. He got a 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Boss battle! Okay, so I am the devil again. Benjamin, roll. 3, and I got a 5. The boss won. But that's an orange peg, so neither of us get a soul contract. Now it's the devil's turn. 5. I can move me.
Okay. Wait, you're in the...
No, that's where you start. Okay, move.
But that's the right.
It doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I landed on an orange peg, which means I can't really play against myself. So I will play against the person who has the fewest amount of soul contracts. Who is that?
Me!
That's Benjamin. All right, well, Benjamin, you need to roll the... Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's my... that one's yours.
Yeah.
Let's see who wins the soul contract. 6. 3. I won. So I get the soul contract. Okay. Ta-da! Now it's Patrick's turn. 6. Let's move 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is your home stretch, so let's go. You ready? Go, Patrick. 3. Tie, let's go again. 5. Gosh. Does that count? It's kind of sad. We try again. 2. You got a soul contract. Here you go. Okay. Benjamin, it's your turn. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you ready? Alright. 2. Good job. Here is a soul contract. Alright, now it's my turn. The devil. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm safe.
My home stretch. Now, whoever gets to their home stretch, that right here first, gets 5 additional soul contracts. So that can make and break a whole game.
Try again. Try again. We'll never know. We'll wait. 3? I got 3. Okay, I got 3. So 5. You got a soul contract, sir. There you go. Now, Benjamin, it is your turn to win a soul contract. Here we go. 1. 1. 4. You got a soul contract. 1, 2. Boss battle.
Boss battle. You ready? You think you're gonna win? Here we go. Dang it. Stop moving me. Here you go. You got a soul contract. Okay. Now it's Benjamin's turn. 3.
1, 2, 3.
Super high stakes boss battle. All right. Dun dun dun. Come back.
Whoever has the most soul contracts
Wait.
gets to their home stretch wins. But if they don't have the most,
Well, right now you're doing super high stakes.
no soul contracts and gets their no home stretch, they lose.
All right. So if you win, no, it's Benjamin's turn still.
What's the least soul contract?
Yeah, it's Benjamin's turn. Now, if you win, you get a soul contract. You can take it from the bucket or from any other player. If you lose, I get a soul contract from the bucket, or I can take it from any other player. Here we go. 1. He won. Would you like to take a soul contract from the bucket or from another player?
I'm going to take it from another player.
He's taking a soul contract from another player.
Just kidding.
Aww, you're such a
I'll take
sweetie.
it. Why is this a tape?
Did you get it? Okay. Now it is the devil's turn. 2. 1, 2. Oh, I'm almost in my home stretch.
But mommy, remember the rules. If they don't get the soul contracts, whoever gets the least soul contract loses and go back to the base. Go back to the lost base.
What do you mean? Are you making a new rule?
Yeah.
Can you explain this new rule to me? Because I'm not
No,
understanding
you
it.
get all the soul contracts. No, wait for it. If they get to their home stretch
Mhm.
without being the least, which they don't have much soul contracts, which is fine.
Oh, I see what he's saying.
They lose and go back to the lost base. Is that smart?
Yes. Now, however, so what Benjamin is saying is that if you get to your home stretch and you don't have enough soul contracts, actually I don't think that's going to work because you get 5. So that'll be the end of the game because we have to end the game somehow.
No, Mommy.
We have to end the
Mommy,
game.
don't have any.
Yes, you do. You guys have soul contracts. So it's now
Mommy, you
Patrick's
don't
turn.
have any.
I don't need any. You guys want to win against the devil. It's okay. You guys are actually winning.
I have any.
4. He's almost there. Benjamin, it's your turn. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Super high stakes boss battle. Here we go.
My turn.
No, it's Benjamin's turn. Super high stakes boss battle. 5 versus a 6. Would you like to take a soul contract from the bucket or from another player?
I already took Patrick's.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, it is now my turn.
Now you got more.
3. 1, 2, 3.
It's almost there.
Now it's Patrick's turn. 4. 1, 2. Super high stakes boss battle. You got to the end first. You get additional 5 soul contracts. 2. But you guys are trying to beat me, not each other, so it's okay.
Yeah!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So it's Patrick now.
Now you have to roll the dice to see if you get an additional soul contract. Oh wait, you roll this one. Sorry, you roll this one. Push that. 6 and a 5. I got a soul contract. I'm gonna take that from you right there.
Patrick, Mommy took it from you.
Now, based on, see, these are my soul contracts. You guys put yours together. Let's see did you guys beat the devil? So let's count.
Ow.
All right, you guys count your soul contracts. I'm gonna count mine.
1, 4, 5. I got 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3,
So, that means you guys beat the devil. You guys are working together. So Cuphead and Mugman won the game.
5 soul contracts because we beat the devil.
You guys combine it, so you guys put your soul contracts together.
No.
See?
Mommy, I got 5 because we both won. Mommy,
Yes.
look, you forgot this coin.
Oh, okay. So that was our game, Cuphead and Mugman.
Please let us know what you think. Again, we were kind of going through the rules and making them up as we go because, again, this is our own invented game. It's always fun to make your own DIY game. You can do this. We'll put all the rules in the description. Let us know what you think and if you make one or what other rules you think would be great, a great addition to this game. Yes? Okay, and Patrick's trying to currently are playing with their Cuphead and Mugman toys, figures. Go ahead and show it to him, Patrick.
We got it from Christmas.
Yes, they got those on Christmas. And Benjamin yes?
Make sure to play Cuphead.
There you go.
Make sure to play Cuphead.
Yes, make sure to play Cuphead.
I just say.
Okay, Patrick says make sure to play Cuphead. And Benjamin would like to show you a something he discovered this week while he was out shopping with his dad. So, hold
So
on.
now Benjamin's going to share something he discovered over this week. Benjamin?
So me and my dad were going to Target, and we were finding vending machine blind bags. And we were looking in them because there's a little hole. We keep looking and looking and looking and looking, and finally, I found some like a shining, and I was jumping around in Target, and I say, "It's Golden Bendy! It's Golden Bendy!" And Dad was saying, "Are you sure?" And I was saying, "Yes!" And me and my dad were in the car now. And he was looking inside because he's not sure, and he said, "Oh my goodness, you're right." And that's how we found the Golden Bendy. You want me to prove it to you guys? Well, I'll prove it to you. I just have to take this off. Let me take this off.
Wait, careful with the thing.
I'll show you.
Careful, guys.
Here it is. Here it is. The Golden Bendy. See?
All right, thanks for joining us. Benjamin just showed you how you can get your very own gold Bendy from those blind bags. The corner has a little hole. You take a peek, and if you see gold, you know it's him. And you know it's the very rare Bendy character. Yes. So stay tuned to our next video. The boys are starting summer. They're finishing off school and starting summer, so hopefully we'll get more videos out to you and more DIY videos. You guys seem to really enjoy those. And we'll hopefully you'll join us and leave a comment. Make sure to like and subscribe. So here I'm going to hand it off to the boys so they can do their PBnFun clap. Hold on, you guys.
PBnFun. Bye.